So, yeah, today I'm gonna just be playing After Hours, which, I don't know, came out yesterday probably. It's like a visual novel kind of game with the Daycare Attendant, so I'm super excited for that. Anyway. Okay. Oh, oh, okay. Okay. Let's go. This is correct, yes. Okay. Okay, wait, the music is actually really quiet. Oh, Vanessa, okay, right. Ray, wake up, no sleeping on the job. Okay, oh, hello. I jolt awake, a bright light in my eyes, and someone's hand on my shoulder. Hello, Vanessa. While I block it out with my arm, Vanessa finally turns off her flashlight and lightly scoffs in annoyance. How long will I sleep at this time? At this table, sorry, I can't read. Lowering my arm, I have a small toolbox in front of me, and my phone is resting where I had my head laid down. I'm so excited for this. I spoiled it for myself by like, reading, what's the word? I'm not native. Reading, crap. I forgot the word. It's like, you know, feedback, but, does this start with an R? I don't know. Anyway, its shape is probably imprinted onto my face right now. Good lord, when was the last time you slept? That's a good question, actually. I don't know, probably a week ago. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Vanessa, size. Whatever, no one's here but us anyway. I'll keep quiet if you do your job, alright? Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Alright, get to it. Vanessa walks off as I stand up and stretch, feeling my joints pop when I raise my arms above my head. Deciding not to waste any more time, I pick up my toolbox and phone before heading through the massive doors leading into the daycare. Yay! I'm like an excited kid. I saw that it was out like when I was at school, so I've been like hyping myself up the whole way home. I should have turned off. Oh no. Hold on. Give me options. Let's just turn this off. Hey. Okay, thank you. Anyways, maybe I just haven't fully woken up yet. Then to get this over with, I open up the panel behind the desk and cringe at the mess of wires on the wall. As much as I wish I could, I can't rush through this. I'll have to deal with each generator one at a time. It's so bright. Whatever, if it means I get to go to sleep sooner, I'll do it. Anything for an hour of sleep, I see. Oh, click the end of each cable in the correct order to proceed. Bro. Get away. Okay. Damn. Like this? Am I dumb? Like, 1, 2... What? Oh, hold on. No, I'm just dumb. Like, yeah, okay. 1... Damn. 2... This friggin' noodle. Okay, 3... And 4 is over here. Standing back up, I stretch again, palms on my back as I let out a tired sigh. That is, until I hear the faint sound of what I think are gears and other mechanical bits turning, followed by something landing into the bit near the back. I'm pretty sure it's just to Daycare Attendant, excuse you. After all, this should be the only other thing in here, and the small stage leading into the room is directly above the ball pit. Not that I know a lot about them, the staff hasn't said much, I'm sorry. And since I'm still new here, I haven't even met them yet. Nor have I met the other animatronics like the Glamrox or DJ? how... Okay. Like, personally, I have not met them. Okay. Most of the robots I've gotten acquainted with have been the staff bots all over the building. I start walking through the ball pit, scanning it for signs of movement as I stand on the edge. He's just gonna jump out. Oh no. That is until... Yeah! He's a baby! He's a baby! He's an actual baby! Yo, he's adorable! I'm sorry. He's adorable! Save it. Save it. Save it. Save it. Something or someone jumps up in front of me, and I suddenly lifted off the ground. Before I can even answer, I notice his eyes turn a light blue color, scanning me. I'm stunned into sound staring at the robot in front of me as he steps out of the ball pit, holding me from underneath my arms as if I weighed nothing. Okay, props for not using it to refer to him. I don't know what he said, but... Oh, that's so fun! That's not every day I see a new member of staff here. It's pretty empty when the kids all go home, you know. Baby. I'll definitely have to get used to how energetic this guy seems. He finally sets me back down, making sure I'm able to stand on both feet before letting go. Thanks, and yeah, I'm not here. I'm new here, not here. I'm new here. I'm just finishing up my first week, actually. Oh, and how's that been? Good, I hope. You're such a sweet potato. You're such a sweet boy. Yeah, it's gone pretty smoothly so far. I start walking back to the desk, but the tall robot decides to follow me. I would never walk away from you. I just stand there like... Oh my god, okay. By the way, could you tell me your preferred name? I have Sun, but people come with all sorts of nicknames. Preferred name! Like Sunny, Sunray, Sundew. Some of the kids even call me Sundrop, like the candy. Oh, baby. Oh, not gonna lie, I thought your name was Sundrop until now. Oh, that's fine. A lot of people do that, and the name kind of stuck over time, which is fine by me. Cool. My preferred name is blah blah blah. By the way, blah blah blah. Ray. By the way. Well, it's great to meet you, Ray. I can't help but smile a bit. Yeah, smile, bitch. It's the fucking daycare attendant. What more could you want? But duty calls, so I make my way to one of the computers on the desk. I can faintly see his face reflected on the screen as he watches what I'm doing. What you need the light up for? I have to test all of the generators in here to make sure they're working. Whoever messed with them last time left them a mess, so I have to do it one at a time. No! No! Please! Sunny, smile! Please! Oh no. Considering how wordy he's been so far, such a short answer tells me something's up. Did the light in his eyes like go out? Like once he lights up again, I think like this. And again, I just met the guy. I could be overanalyzing. I'm already overanalyzing. He's such a baby, and I love. Crap! I'm so sorry. I forgot what the creator's name was. Hold on. Is it here? Snowy Ray. Yeah. Like Snowy Ray's art is so fucking amazing, and the fact that he's so much. No, I just noticed how tired you look. That's all. Baby, you're smiling. You should smile more. You should smile more. I'll be right back. Gonna get something for you. What? Why? Just something to help carry you through the night. Judging by how many wires and generators you have to deal with, I have a feeling you might be here for a while. Fair enough. Sun smiles before walking off somewhere. He's so sweet! And I don't want to be rude to him. Like, I don't want to be rude to him. I put in the command to turn off the power in the daycare. It's the moon. It's the moon. The music once playing from the speakers on the ceiling comes to a halt, silence blanketing over the massive daycare as the computer screens become my only light source. Removing my flashlight from my belt, I turn it on as I start making my way towards the play structures. The mechanical sounds! Holy shit. I'm sorry. Holy crap. Oh my god. I'm like, I'm just so excited. Oh, since that's where the genres I look at it for some reason. It's eerily quiet, and I try finding the structure with the first generator. The lack of true ambience forces my footsteps to echo. The glowing red light of one of the generators enters my sight, so I continue on. Somewhere above me, I hear gears turning! I shine my flashlight towards the ceiling, only to see nothing there. That's not sun, buddy. Sun? Hiya, Bernie. I flinch at the noise, frantically shining my light to see what's there. That didn't sound like Sun. Sun, are you there? Hi! Hi! You look so cool! They both look so cool. The snowy rays are just so fucking amazing! Ooh, I just wanna hug them. I've dropped my flashlight. I'm sitting on the ground after stumbling back from being startled. In front of me is the robot I've seen on the Moondrop posters, giggling hysterically. He seems proud of himself. I sigh, put up my flashlight, and get back up to continue what I was doing. Like, no shit's given. Fuck. Screw you, man. Well, if I wasn't awake before, I definitely am now. He finally stops laughing after I say that. He makes a noise that sounds like he's clearing his throat before he starts to follow me. Sorry for the scare, I cannot help myself. Sure. I take the first path into the play structure I see, hoping to find the first generator sooner rather than later. You're going the wrong way. I love his expression! I love his expression! Like, I know I have a moon in the corner here. I'm like, oh yeah! Hey, look! I turn around and he has his arms crossed as he leans against the structure. Yep, I could lead you to the generator if that would make you feel better. I think about it for a second. If this guy's anything like Sun, hopefully he actually means what he says. Fine. I crawl back out of the structure and he starts leading me to a different path. He clearly knows his way around since we find the generator rather easily. There you go. He sits beside me as I go turn it on, his glowing red eyes watching me as I do my job. Maybe it's just me, but don't you think those red eyes are kinda intimidating for a daycare attendant? I swear to God, if he's self-conscious, I'm going to lose it. If he's self-conscious, I'm losing it. Yes, I've been told that before. It was a bug that made them look like this, but that's been resolved. The red eyes stuck, but that's just not hurt. But they're not hurting anyone. Fair enough, the red does look kinda cool with the blue and white. Why, thank you. I roll my eyes, a faint smile on my face. I love you, Moon. And now that I think about it, I never told you my name, did I? I already know. That's right. Oh, did Sun tell you? In a way, we're technically the same. You two do look similar. Now, what does that mean? We're the same body. I mean, Sunny can still see and hear everything that's going on as we speak. Huh, so he wasn't on the prank too? No, he's still extremely for it. Serves you right, yeah. I was just messing with you, but if you want, I won't do it again. For now. You're such a gremlin. You're such a gremlin. Don't. Moon laughs a bit, leaning back against the wall of the structure. I'm sorry, you look so cool. I do think you should continue with the job of yours, though. With that job of yours, though. You look so cool. I'm sorry. Who, who fucking, who gave Snowy the right to draw them so good? Right, on it. Focusing back on the generator, I flip the switch and watch as the red light on the device turns green. Well, looks like that works. I flip it again before making my way back out of the structure, and I hear Moon following close behind. Sitting up straight, I attach my flashlight to my belt before stretching my arms above my head. I sigh, arms dropping back to my sides as I go turn the lights on from the desk. I hear the lights turn back on, and the music of the daycare starts playing as I turn around and flinch at the sight of Sun already there, smiling brightly. Hello again! Hey, so you two just switch out whenever you need to? Nope, it depends on whether the lights are on or not. I'm in charge when the lights are on, and Mooney's in charge when they're off. His face! I'm sorry, his face! I still don't like that he decided to scare you though. Weirdly enough, the sight of him irritated with his arms crossed is weirdly endearing. He's just a little sweetie cutie pie. Just a little guy. Who's taller than me, but oh well. Hey, don't worry about it. I'm over it. Sun just pouts, turning his head away from me. I smile at the sight. Why did I keep on the generators there anyway? Don't you think it would be kinda dangerous to keep the generators in the place kids would be playing in? Oh, well, that's just a temporary thing. They've kinda been out of commission, so physically they couldn't hurt anyone anyway. And when exactly are these things getting moved? Sun looks like he's about to respond, but goes silent for a minute. I can literally hear the gears turning in his head. Oh no. He just shrugs. Okay. Well, isn't that reassuring? I turn back to the desk so I can keep track of my progress, and it is a short checklist to keep track of how each generator is working. I start looking around for a pen when Sun sticks his head in front of me, my face holding one with a cute little dinosaur in the cap! I'm sorry. I'm taking fucking screenshots, fuck it. This is the baby. How do I save? I don't know. Here you go! I love the dinosaur. I smile at the gesture, taking the pen so I can mark my progress. Thanks. Alright, here we go again. I go back to the cable, sighing as a tangled mess I still have to deal with. Oh boy, okay. One. Boom. Yay. Stand up and take a look at my work. Time to do it all again, I guess. As I go to turn the light off again, I hear music blasting from somewhere else, which is weird since usually the radio is off when the pizza place is closed for the night. Any idea what that music is? That's the DJ! He makes Zen music, so it's not out of the ordinary to hear it during the night when everyone's gone home! Not more home! I'd love to be friends with him, but I'm too busy to leave this place most of the time. Really? Yep. When was the last time you've left this place? Never. Okay, well technically I've never left. But every hour when the power gets rerouted, Mooney goes on a patrol around the pizza box to make sure we don't get any intruders. He says the DJ makes for good company. I rub my eyes, feeling my lack of sleep catching up with me again. The stress of a new job is really taking a toll on my sleep schedule, I think. Intruders? Mostly just robbers or little punks that don't know better. Usually Moon's able to catch them before they get far. I let out a yawn as I go back to the computer. That's cool. Switching the lights off, the daycare once again descends into mostly silence. I hear gears whirring behind me as Moon hums slightly. Still tired, Ray? I can't do his voice. Oh boy, I gave that away. Looks like you're going to pass out. I wish I could. I hear Moon step away for a minute. Yawning again, I take my flashlight off my belt and as I start to approach the display structures. Stepping once, I'm a few feet away from the desk. I wait for Moon to come back, since I have a feeling I'll get lost if he doesn't help me with finding the other generators. Hearing the sound of gears whirring above me, I point my flashlight towards the ceiling. He's easier to find this time, probably because he's not trying to startle me again. He lowers himself to the floor, and a long cable hooked onto his back from the ceiling, so that's how he flies around the place. There you are. Here, take this. He holds out an already opened soda can for me to take, a grape-flavored fizzy fast to be specific. Thanks. No problem, Sonny meant to get it for you earlier. But I had something different in mind. He drugged it. Or is he talking about the scare he gave us? Yeah, you decided to scare me half to death. Yeah, he's talking about the scare. Come on, level. I roll my eyes, take a long sip of the carbonated heart attack in a can. Shaking the watch in my other hand, I see that it's already nearing 1 in the morning. For the hour I've spent awake, I've gotten surprisingly little done. Great. You wanna help with the other generators or what? Moon's expression didn't change, he just stares at me for a moment before speaking. You sound exhausted. I am exhausted. Shouldn't you take a break then? I take another sip of soda, raising an eyebrow. And do what? Well, I have my hourly patrol to take care of. You could always tag along. You know what? Yeah, sure. Just as long as Vanessa doesn't see me, I guess. Moon smiled grew ever so slightly. Oh, thank you, smile. My statement, but it seemed like more of a genuine smile than his gremlin look from earlier. I doubt that'll happen. The pizza box is a big place, so the chances of her running into us are rather small. I know, but still. Trust me, it won't happen. Besides, you need to take it easy for a while. You look like you'll pass out if you stand here for too long. I'd love to, if I didn't have a job to do. The cable still attached to his back. Moon hovers ever so slightly above the ground before approaching me. Not right now, you don't. I utter another word. Moon wraps his arms around my torso before the cable lifts him up, at least 40 feet above the ground. Holy! I cling onto him as I stare at the ground far beneath us. Moon doesn't seem to react, simply navigating through the air, carrying me with him. Don't worry, I won't trap you. You better not! Moon clearly knows this place like the back of his hand because it only takes around a few minutes for us to reach the atrium with the giant holograms of the Glamrock still active despite the pizza box being closed for the night. We pass over a few security bots who pay us no mind. Occasionally one will look up at us and then continue on with the same blank expression as every other bot. I eventually start to get used to being this high off the ground. Moon says nothing as he scans the area for intruders, thankfully seeing nothing out of the ordinary. Moon lands on a railing on the third floor of the atrium, likely about to change direction and head somewhere else. That is, until an alarm starts blaring from one of his speakers and he suddenly turns to look in a different direction. Hopping off the railing, Moon sets me down before hovering off the ground again. Okay. So you're one of the staff bots alerted me to an intruder. Okay. Before I can get another word in, Moonlee is pushing out the railing to give himself a boost as he flies off. Sighing, I look up when I see another staff bot looking at me, seemingly confused. Just guessing by the way it stops and tilts its head when it sees me. It's hard to tell what these guys are thinking when they basically can't move. Oh. Okay. The bot stares. I stare back. I nod in understanding before going to sit in one of the booths at L Chips. Staring at the menu on the other side of the small restaurant, I remember something important. I haven't eaten anything since, what, this morning? Why is the game calling me out? Oh no. Maybe that's also why I feel so out of it. I felt like I could inhale the picture of food on the wall. I tried the next best thing and searched behind the counter for basically anything that's edible. I found an unopened bag of nachos. Good enough. I head back to the booth, opening the bag of chips and eating my makeshift lunch. Peering back into the atrium, the bot isn't there anymore. From where I'm sitting, it looks like the number of staff bots around seems pretty sparse in general. Maybe they're gone to wherever Moon is? Not that I know where he went anyway. I don't think much of it, simply continuing to fuel up on chips while listening to the droning ambience of the many bright lights in the atrium. I can feel my ears ringing from the silence. That and the sound of me eating the chips alone becomes deafeningly loud. What's going on? The lack of ambience is almost unbearable. Standing up, I go to throw away the now empty chip bag, one hand on my head as my vision goes blurry for a moment. What's going on? Walking back to the railing, I lean against it, looking down and squeeze my eyes shut as I try to quell this nauseating feeling. When I open them again, my vision is still fading in and out while the strange overlay seems to wash over what little I am still able to see. Vanny! Oh no! Stumbling back, I look around for one of the staff bots for help, disoriented by whatever is happening to me. But instead of a staff bot, what I vaguely see approaching me from the right is a grey humanoid silhouette and two bright red eyes fixated on me. Startled, I make a run for the stairs, hoping to find a staff bot somewhere nearby. My vision still hasn't fixed itself. In fact, it's gotten worse, as I misstep and tumble down the first short flight of stairs. I force myself back up, using the railing for support before something grabs the back of my shirt. I don't let go of the railing as I look behind me, now more clearly seeing the face of a grey rabbit costume with bright red eyes and a gaping black grin. What are you? I can't even hear my own voice. The ringing drowns it out completely as whoever it is successfully drags me away from the railing and back up the stairs as I try to grab at anything I can. Am I gonna die? Am I stupid? I'm gonna die. I'm just stupid. I'm gonna die. Oh no. Oh no. Reduced to a ragdoll, it gets harder and harder for me to try and escape as I'm dragged back into L Chips. The ringing is overpowered by the sound of my own heart pounding in my chest. We are nearing the kitchen at the back of the small restaurant, blocked off by a metal door. I am running out of time. I try kicking my attacker, but they seem unfazed, using just one arm to drag me back as the other one wields a large kitchen knife. They're going to kill me. I'm just barely able to cling on to the corner of the counter, trying to buy whatever time I can. I try calling for anyone to help me, unsure if I can even be heard as my grip onto the counter starts to slip. My attacker has both hands on the back of my shirt and is pulling hard. Where did she put the knife? One of my hands slips from the counter. I can't hang on much longer. I'm going to die. Go for your fucking buddy! Moon! Moon, help me! My hand slips from the counter and I'm dragged back. I'm practically clawing at the floor, but the costumed stranger yanks me back before pushing open the door to the kitchen and throwing me in. There's no lights on in here, so I'm almost completely drowned in darkness as I land on the cold tile floor, save for the small beam of light coming from beyond the door. Looking behind me, I see that bit of light slipping away as the attacker's silhouette starts to merge with the darkness, their red eyes being the only thing I see. And probably the last thing I'll see. The beam of light from beyond the door floats back into the room, and the grey rabbit is nowhere to be seen. My vision finally starts to clear up, and I look towards whatever landed nearby. A different pair of red eyes looks back at me, and lunges at me before two familiar robotic arms grab me and pull me back out of the kitchen and into the atrium. Moody! I can finally see clearly, and the ringing noise is completely replaced by my racing heartbeat. Flying back from the atrium to the daycare, Moon's grip on me is so strong that he's on the verge of crushing my spine. He finally starts to slow down as we pass over the daycare wall, and the once eerie silence hanging over us. He makes a smooth landing on the floor, the cable on his back unhooking and retreating back into the ceiling as I'm placed on the ground. He doesn't let go though. It almost feels like his arms are shaking, or maybe that's me? I can't see his face. He's slouched in a way where my head is almost resting on his shoulder, and he's staring at the floor. Buddy boy, are you traumatized? No! No drama, please! Mooney! Mooney! His arms finally loosen as if he just let out a relieved sigh before letting go of me. I myself can't find words for what just happened. Whenever I open my mouth to speak, my mind completely blanks. Instead, I drop to the floor, my fight or flight is still kicked in, and my hands are shaking uncontrollably. When the expression darkens slightly, does he want to say something? His faceplate turns slightly, and he walks over to something on the floor a few yards away. My flashlight. He suddenly picks it up and returns it to me. Pretty sure I can hear his pants revving up, and he looks like he's deep in thought. He sits down in front of me, resting his faceplate on the palm of his hand. Did she hurt you at all? I fidget with the flashlight a bit. Battery's dead. Almost. I'm sorry for not being there sooner. Could have died. He's right. Well, I didn't. You still showed up quickly enough that it didn't happen, so barely. Why do you care so much anyway? I basically just got here and well, you barely know me. This is my job. I don't just look after the kids that come in and out of the daycare. Everyone that steps into the building is my responsibility. And now it includes you too. Moon suddenly gets back up and walks over to the massive doors by the desk. Where are you going? Locking this place up. Whoever attacked you is still in the building. I can't leave you alone here to go deal with it myself. I'm bringing you with me is too risky. I watch as Moon moves the various objects in front of the door, from desk chairs to smaller plate structures, basically anything decently heavy enough to barricade the door. There's a slide! Can they put the giant Freddy into the slide? Or like something, cause like she could just slide through the slide. Can't you just block it? Already did, but I'm not taking any chances. Eventually I'm able to stand up again and go over to the charging dock by the desk to recharge my flashlight. Ray? I'm guessing you'd rather get out of here sooner than later, right? I live alone, so... Oh. Still, you can't stay here forever. Well, whenever you want to keep going with the generators, just say the word. Right? I move my flashlight from the charging dock, and sure enough, it works. I turn it on and point it back at the structures. Shall we? Moon nods and we waste no time finding the next generator. Thankfully, it works just fine now. With that over with, we go back to the desk and turn the lights back on. Speaking of, I wonder how Sun's taking all of this. Moon didn't say they can both see and hear. Moon did say they can both see and hear everything happening, even if they're not the one piloting the robot body. I catch a glimpse of their time, and then turning the lights back on. 2 a.m. The daycare slowly lit up, and as usual, the music comes back on. Even with the cheerful music, the mood remains heavy as ever. However, I'm given no time to think as I'm spun back around by a very worried Sun, frantically checking me for any injuries. Oh my gosh, are you sure that you're okay? You poor thing, you must have been so scared. Yeah. I'm so sorry we weren't there sooner. If only we knew, we would have. Son, it's already over. No, he's worrying about it now. I can feel Sun's grip on my arms. I can tell they're not quite hurting me, but it's still concerning me. I said the wrong thing! No! And I'm supposed to save like before saying anything. Aren't I? Oh, we're in chapter 3 now. Seems that didn't help much. It's a bit of a reach considering how tall he is compared to me, even when kneeling. But I managed to wrap my arms around Sun's torso, hoping that it'll calm him down. I mean, I'm not good with words, so like going for a hug is my go-to when comforting somebody, you know. Sun doesn't say anything, but instead hugs me back, his internal fans getting much louder. He has one arm around my torso, and one hand softly holding the back of my head. It's a gentle hug. It feels safe. We say nothing for a few minutes. I was trying to calm him down, but honestly this hug is a huge comfort for me too. No wonder they're trusted with gifts. Even as an adult I feel an odd sense of security around them. Considering what just happened, feels nice. Question. What was the moon alerted to anyway? Oh, a little boy snuck in to see Freddy again. He seems irritated when he says that. Again? Yup. This isn't the first time the little rule breaker snuck in here. I can't fucking read. Something tells me that security isn't as strict as you would think, though if a kid managed to sneak in more than once. But if he just wants to see Freddy, then I don't really see a problem with it. It's not like the kid's hurting anyone, and I doubt Freddy's gonna let him get into trouble. He's not allowed in the daycare. No. He seems almost playfully bitter. What did the kid even do? Maybe I should ask later though. I have to keep going with the generators. I don't get very far though before I suddenly picked up by Sun. What the? Where are we going? Sun manages to carry me with one arm, using the other one to move various other objects in front of the massive door. Making sure no one's getting in here. Can't you put me down though? Nope. After all that, there's no way I can leave you on your own now. He's worried and clingy. Like me. No. What if a person finds you here and we're not around? Block the friggin' slide, Son. Please. Just block the slide. Or, I don't know. Can an adult slide through that? I don't know. Son, we're in the same room. If that person somehow got in, I'm pretty sure you'd notice. Looking up at Sun's face, I noticed the long cable lower from the ceiling and hook onto Sun's back. He's a baby. You heard Moon, we're not taking any chances. He's a baby. I love Snowy's art. I love it. I can't express how friggin' amazing it is. They're so cool and just, oh my god. We suddenly jerk upwards and I'm lifted into the air along with Sun, albeit much faster and more recklessly than Moon. Sunny, don't you friggin' drop us. Hey, at least let me call Vanessa first. I don't think she even knows about the freak, since the staff bot didn't react at all. Oh gosh, you're right! Oh gosh, you're right! Oh, the baby, I'm sorry, I'm just... Oh, I love the art so much. It's so well made. Like, actually. Okay, but we're making it quick. Sure thing. Sun suddenly changed direction in the air as we start heading back towards the desk. However, I think Sun tried dropping from this height way too early as we basically start free falling towards the ball pit. Oh shit! I'm just grabbing onto him, fuck off. I am just barely able to grab onto Sun before gravity takes me. We're both tangled in the cable though. Once again, we're stunned into silence. Just when I thought things were calming down, I feel my heart going a mile a minute from that the adrenaline. And Sun's internal fans are on full blast. I keep clinging onto Sun for dear life as we're slowly lowered into the ball pit. Clutching my chest with one hand over my racing heart, I'm able to get out of the tangled mess pretty easily. Sun is clearly having a harder time though, he's just thrashing in the tangled cable. Sunny! Sun, chill out, let me get you out of that. No, no thanks, I'm fine. I can get out myself! I sigh, standing in silence for about a minute as Sun fails to get out by himself. Sun? Sun finally stops his face drooping in defeat. No! Do you want my help now? Fine! Alright then, hold still for a second. Getting him out of the tablet isn't hard. Isn't hard. Once I'm done, I unhook the cable from his back and let it retreat back to the ceiling. I give Sun a minute before I decide to speak again. You wanna get out of the ball pit now? Yeah. I can't tell if he's upset or embarrassed at what just happened as we exit the ball pit and make the walk back to the desk. That's kinda why I don't use the cable, funnily enough. I usually just leave it to Moon. Oh really? Actually, I kinda get it now. Not to diss you or anything, but Moon seemed to know what he was doing, I think. Yep, he has a lot more time to practice because of patrols, plus being active whenever the kids are sleeping. So he doesn't go free falling and end up tangled in the cable? Well, no, but I could do it just as well. I'm not doubting that. You just need more time. Wanna try it again then? I can keep the timer for you. That's mean. Sun smiles sheepishly, his eyes spinning a bit. Well, I'm happy you think so. How he manages to be this endearing is beyond me. He is! He really is Sunny as his name. I can't hold back a smile as I go to pick up my phone from the desk. Glancing back at Sun, I pull up Vanessa's contact on my phone and hold it out for Sun to see. You wanna call Vanessa for me? I can work on the next generator in the meantime. Yes, please! Sun wastes no time grabbing the phone and calling Vanessa, and I leave him to it as I go to sort out the next mess of cables. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. 2 3 and 4. Standing up straight, I stretch my arms over my head as I glance back at Sun on the phone. He has the device held in front of him, probably on speaker mode, and he seems concerned? Not that I was really paying attention to what he was doing just now. There's no need for that. I mean, I'm sure you'll see what I mean if you look at the cameras. Maybe not right now, but whenever you have the time. He's waving his other hand in front of him nervously, and his eyes have shrunk a little bit. Aww. What did Vanessa say to him? Sun glances over at me for a moment before Vanessa starts talking again, and he sets his attention back on the phone. If something really did happen, the staff bots would have let me know. But what if they don't? That shouldn't be possible. I'd believe it if it was just one bot, but there's no way that many of them would just stop working out of nowhere. Well, what if they didn't think the person was dangerous? Son, that's not possible. They're supposed to go off if they see someone that shouldn't be here. Look, I don't know I don't want to completely rule out what you're saying, but what you're telling me just doesn't add up. I'll ask Ray about it later. I have to go check on the kid again. Before Son can respond, Vanessa hangs up. His arms drop in defeat as I make my way over to him, and he hands back the phone. Are you okay? Son forces a smile and waves his hand in front of him nonchalantly. Nonchalantly. I'm not a native speaker. Yeah, I'm fine. Just worried. Yeah, no kidding. She thought it was this weird bug we had a while back, that maybe it was making me see things that weren't there. A bug? That's a long story. But she thought maybe I was hallucinating a rabbit we used to have here. When I told her the person was dressed like a rabbit. What? Yep, I tried telling her that it was real since you were there and it used to be a rabbit here? Yeah. I don't know much about him, other than his name was Bonnie and he was one of the glam rocks. Huh. Yeah, the others don't really like to talk about it, so... I guess that's something else we can ask Vanessa about later. Maybe? Remembering what I'm supposed to be doing, I put my phone back in my pocket and go to the computer to shut off the lights for the first time. Halfway there, glancing at the little digital clock in the corner of the screen, I keep a mental note of the time. I was about to look for a clock, but there's none. 3 a.m. I sigh, not wasting any more time and turning the lights off. Watching as the room dims around me and my only source of light are the screens and the little charging station on the wall. Yawning, I step back from the computer. I know I have to hurry up and get this done, but now that my adrenaline is starting to wear off, I don't know if I can. I sigh and glance back at Moon, who's giving me a knowing look. Feeling tired, Ray? I mean, yeah. Yeah. Probably a mix of the adrenaline and sugar starting to wear off, I think. Maybe I was hallucinating the rabbit after all. I smile slightly at my joke. He didn't like that! He didn't like that! Why did you say that, you idiot? Moon, however, seems less than amused, giving me a deadpan stare. I clear my throat, reading the room and taking my flashlight back out. I take my flashlight back out, making my way a few steps past the desk. However, when I look back at Moon, I notice the cable lowering behind him. He points a finger at me as he starts hovering off the ground. Ground. Stay there. I'll be right back. With that, he leaves the cable, allowing him to maneuver over the barriers of the daycare and disappear. Shrugging and lowering my flashlight, I stick put. Not like I was going anywhere anyway. I eventually decided to sit on the floor with my legs crossed and my chin resting on my palm. Since I have nothing better to do, I look around at my surroundings. Several towers of stacked chrome cans, and the sparkling floor and large cutouts of the glam rock animatronics that decorate the place. For a place that's full of kids during the day, it's weirdly organized. Probably because of Son. He did say that he never left this place, and I can imagine keeping it looking nice is a big reason why. I can't help but feel kinda bad though. Son and Moon's entire lives are in this daycare. I know they have each other, but I can't imagine spending all my time in such a small area. My train of thought is cut off when a pair of red eyes peer at me just beyond the barrier. I sigh, pushing myself back up. That's not Moon! That's not Moon! Covering one of my ears with one hand, I try to pick it back up, and a familiar red haze overlays my vision. With it now back in my hands, I pointed in the direction of the eyes. However, they disappear as quickly as they came, and the noise in my ears fades into nothing but the subtle ambience felt within the daycare. My arms dropped to my sides. I heard the familiar sound of gears and robotics. I nearly got me is already re-entering the daycare. I'm not even sure if what I saw was real, or my mind playing tricks on me due to stress. Either way, I tried taking deep breaths to calm down my rapidly beating heart. As Moon approaches me, the cable unhooking from the back of the retreating back up. From his back and retreating back up. I wanted to do a quick check around daycare just to keep an eye on things. Also, I brought you this. It gives me an opened can of Fizzy Faz. And, although reluctantly, I take it. So, nothing out of the ordinary? So far, no. That's good. He stares at me for a moment as I take a long sip of the soda. Somehow it tastes even sweeter than normal. Did something happen while I was away? Your heart's racing. Well, I wouldn't lie, like I'm in danger here. Well, his expression softens and he waits for me to answer. I was over here waiting for you to come back. And over there, I point to where I saw them just past the barrier. I saw these red eyes. I thought it was you at first, but then I started hearing this loud noise. Once I spit on within slightly. It was the same thing I heard when the rabbit lady attacked me, so Moon looks to where I'm pointing and takes a few steps towards it. He's worried. Did it look like she was trying to get him? I don't know. She was just there. And right before you showed up, she just, well, vanished. I can hear Moon's internal fans getting louder. Buddy boy, please don't be stressed. Please. Hopefully that means she can't get in here. Yeah, that would be nice. The fact that she knows you're here is good, though. You don't say! I take another long drink of the soda, using my other hand to point my flashlight towards the structures. Shall we now? Moon tilts his head at me. Shouldn't you give it a minute? Why? I don't think trying to work with a lot of stress is a good thing. I'll be fine. I've managed the past 12 hours on like 10 minutes of sleep. I'll live. Moon gives me a bewildered look, sighing in annoyance. Okay, we can check this on generator, then you're taking a break. Sure. I begrudgingly give in for now. Moon nods his head at the structures, motioning for me to follow him as he leads me to the next generator. I sit the soda can on the ground by the structures before I follow Moon in. He plops down next to the generator, looking out over at me. Go on. I nod, putting my flashlight down so I can test the generator. The machine's LEDs turn red as the mechanisms come roaring to life. Good. I do notice that my hand is holding the switch in. I do notice that my hand holding the switch is shaking a bit, though. More than normal. Something wrong. What? We're just staring at it. Oh. I switch the generator back off and pick up my flashlight before making my way back out of the structure. After picking up the soda can I left on the ground, I wait a moment for Moon to follow, lightly tapping my foot on the ground. Moon stands back up, albeit still slouching, and gives me a concerned look. Are you sure you're alright? You're alright? Yes. Yeah? Why? Moon points at my hand holding the flashlight. I didn't realize it, but I'm gripping the thing way tighter than I thought. I loosen my hold on it as I start walking back to the desk. See why I told you to take a break now? I roll my eyes. Yeah. Anyway, Moon stays silent, leaning back against the desk as I put down the soda and turn the lights on. I make my progress and turn my flashlight on, watching a sun sit on the desk like kicking it. Just like back and forth. So, break time? I sigh. We can't have to finish this. Hey, you said to take a break after that one. Sorry, but I can't keep dragging this out. Come on, please. Make my way to the cables on the floor, being extra careful as I go to sit down since my hands are still shaking a lot. No. Oh, there's more now. Oh my god. Okay. Wait. What the? Santana grabs my wrist and practically drags me away from the wall. You're shaking! It's not safe to do that now. Technically, he's not wrong. Was it? But did I pick the correct cable? Hell, I'm practically vibrating. You sure that was a soda and not an energy drink that Moon gave me? I know Sun's rays are shrinking a bit, and he's avoiding eye contact. Son? Son, what did you do? Okay, maybe I put some sundrops in the drink. I thought it would help. Jesus, it's so fast that his words start bleeding together, but I can't still understand him. Seriously? I'm sorry. Let's go, my wrist staring at the ground like a kick puppy. No. Uh-huh. I try to go back to the cables only for Sun to drag me over to the desk again. Son, really? I know I messed up, but messing with cables and machines with shaky hands isn't safe. You really think so? Sun stares at me for a second before nodding. I raise my eyebrow at him, but I decide to stop resisting. Alright, fine. Sun doesn't say anything for a moment before suddenly picking me up. What? 1 second! I notice the cable lowering. Good lord, not again! Son, no! I'll be careful this time! The cable lifts off the ground, much more slowly this time. Okay, he isn't messing around this time. Since he's not rushing this time, the ride isn't nearly as reckless. We're only in the air for a few moments before Sun steps onto the small balcony that leads into his room. Okay, why are we here? Just a precaution, that's all. Sure. Taking a good look at the room behind us, it feels oddly lonely compared to the daycare. There's a small staircase leading into the space, which is only faintly illuminated by the bright fluorescent lights behind us. There's some fairy lights strung to the wall, but several of the bulbs are broken or dim. The floor is wooden and looks like it hasn't been swept in ages. And there's various random objects strewn around the floor, plushies, stools, foam shapes and other things. In the corner next to a small chair is a broken staff pot, his body mangled and his head ripped off. I hear Sun give a nervous chuckle, clearly noticing me staring at his, well, less than colorful living space. Welcome to my room! This feels sad. I don't mean that as an insult or anything, just the vibe I'm getting. Now I get that. Remember we don't get visitors and we're so busy that we never really considered it. There's also a few messy rag dolls and other little things made to look like them, placed neatly on a small table. In another corner, what appears to be a hole in the wall leads into another room. My eyes land on Sun again. Standing dead body rests in his lap as he tries to reattach his head. And his eyes are glowing yellow! That's cool. What's wrong with the mouse? He doesn't even seem to notice me watching at all. Seeing how careful he's being with it, it makes me wonder how dog got up here in the first place. Maybe I should leave that question for later. What's this? I point to the corner filled with drawings. Sam beams when he looks at it. Those are all gifts from the kids. Mooney and I have been keeping each and every one of them. Sunset tilts, his fingers lightly tapping on the handwork from hardwood floor as he goes on about all the drawings and things the kids made specifically for him and Moon. Got any favorites? My eyes are directed towards the little felt plushie of Sun. The fact that it's handmade is evident with buttons for eyes and dried white glue all over the seams. I can't pick a favorite, I love them all! It's the whole laugh. That's sweet. Sun laughs nervously, but before he can say anything, fairy lights give a brief flicker before dying out. Oh, come on! I just watch as he transforms into Moon, who seems surprised. Oh, this cheap light probably burned out. I can't say I'm surprised. Don't tell anyone except us, but the people in charge of this place are known to splurge. I'm not arguing with you. I will give them some credit, though. If it weren't for them being staying in, I might not even be here right now. What? Remember that bug we've been mentioning? I nod. Moon leans back into the chair a bit, facing the ceiling. If you want, I can tell you some things. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious. It would definitely explain some things. Like how Moon got the red eyes and why the degenerates are in empty play structures. I nod before dragging a small cushion a bit closer to where Moon is, and sit down. Where to start? Well... I know the place was shut down for a while, but I didn't know why at the same time. Why at the time? That was a few months before I started working here. When not, it was a safety precaution. I needed some time to fix whatever was wrong with me. So for a while, no one but the staff was allowed in here. So the bug mainly affected you? Technically. However, I would be lying if I said Sun wasn't affected at all. While the staff was using the generators to deal with me, someone was left on his own for a while. I won't go into detail, but I can't imagine what that felt like for him. Someone for weeks without seeing anyone, while still having me to deal with. He sighs, arms spreading out onto the floor as he stares at the ceiling. I should have fought against the bug harder than I did. Well, it certainly clears something's up. But it still doesn't answer everything. I still have no idea what exactly the bug did to Moon, but after what I can tell, it sounds pretty bad. That and how the bug came about in the first place is still a mystery to me. Maybe now isn't the time to ask. Well, you weren't in control of yourself, right? No, I wasn't, but then stop being so hard on yourself. I'd say you're more than making up for it now, and I think Sun agrees with me. Yeah, he does. Exactly. Bro, stop! Is it weird to say that I like how his pants look? A small smile creeps onto Moon's face as he sits up. If only the rest of the staff were just as nice. How are you feeling though? What? Is all the extra sugar starting to wear off? I completely forgot about that, even though that's why we're up here in the first place. I've stopped shaking, which is definitely a good sign. Yeah, I think so. Alright then. Moon gets up and walks to the balcony as the cable lowers to his level. Ready to continue? Yeah, one sec. Checking my phone for the time and any notifications, I push myself up off the floor, one hand in the curtain covered the wall for support. However, I feel something stick to my palm when I pull my hand away. Peeling it off with my other hand, I realize it's a piece of paper that's likely been taped to the wall. It catches my eye though. There's one word written in bold black letters. Missing. I didn't get a good look at this small poster before Moon's voice snaps me out of it. Right? Yeah. I quickly cover up the poster of the curtain before. That was thunder! Okay. Luke covered up the poster with the curtain before walking to Moon. The lights from the daycare shining onto the balcony cause Moon to transform back into Sun, who waves at me. Ready? Ready as I'll ever be. Wasting no time, Sun picks me up and brings me back down to the desk. My mind wanders back to the poster. The only other detail I got from that was that the victim was 7 years old. Just a kid. So, what do you think? Huh? What man told you about that bag? Oh. I think it must have been hard for you both. For the both of you. Must have been really hard for you too. Oh, okay. Since Moon wasn't in control of himself, and you are basically isolated in here for what, weeks? Sun sighs as we walk to the desk, unhooking the cable from his back. I don't really like thinking about it, but yeah. It does make me appreciate how things are now, though. It also makes me appreciate having Mooney around, too. Not having him around for that long was not fun. I shrug. Hey, I'd say you two have at least learned something from it. Now that it completely cancels it out. Not that it completely cancels it out, but, you know. Sun nods, smiling brightly as usual. I sigh, glancing at the remaining cables. I take my phone out of my pocket to check the time quickly. 5 a.m. Well, I'm officially pulling an all-nighter, nothing I'm unfamiliar with. Okay. Where's the mouse though? I stay seated on the floor for a minute, stretching my arms above my head as I lay down on the cold, loud tile. Sleeping in that chair definitely didn't do my back any favors. Close my eyes for a minute to block out the fluorescent light pouring into my eyes. Not that it really helps. Hints of orange and yellow manage to break through. I stay like that for a minute until something blocks out the light. Opening them, I see Sun standing over me, hands on his knees. Are you okay? It does an arm over my eyes. Yeah, all good. Need a hand? I hear his footsteps as he moves around me. Good sign to peek out from under my arms as any. Sun's giving me his outstretched hand. Letting out a laugh, I see my arm beside me and use my other to grab his. Okay. It isn't supposed to be filming. So, I'm back. Anyway, I think we ended at we noticed the handprints and such on Sun's back, and the last thing we said was Sun question mark. So before I get interrupted, that is the last thing I remember, and I also watched through the recording. So yeah, okay. Oh, okay. So it's okay. So it just I'm the chair definitely didn't do my back any favors. Okay, so okay. So it just saves the chapter, like the beginning of the chapter. Cool. Okay, that's good to know. I close my eyes for a minute to block out the fluorescent light pouring into my eyes. Not that it really helps. Hints of orange and yellow manage to break through. Also, as I was watching, I noticed that this little booger is like in the way of the text. So I'm thinking I'm gonna... Hold on, what's horizontal? Okay. So what I'm thinking, I'm just gonna put this guy here. So that he's not in the way. I hope he won't, like, disturb anything, but... I mean... Like the only thing here in the way is the sun and the moon that keep on changing. So I hope that's okay. I'm sorry I didn't notice before, but like, bear with me here. I stay like that for a minute until something blocks out the light. It's sunny. Oh fuck. Okay. Opening him, I see Sun standing over me, hands on his knees. Are you okay? I toss an arm over my eyes. That's a mood, honestly. Yeah, all good. Need a hand? I hear his footsteps as he moves around me, a good enough sign to peek out from under my arm as any Sun's giving me his outstretched hand. Take his hand, of course. Breathing out a laugh, I set my arm beside me and use my other to grab his. He smiles brightly, baby, as he pulls me up, putting his other hand on my shoulder for balance. Thanks. No problem. Sun gives me a pat on the shoulder before starting to walk back to the desk. I'm about to follow him, but I stop when I notice something. A few handprints on his back, along with bits of what I'm assuming is paint and marker ink. This is where we got interrupted last time. Sun? Yes? Is that paint on your back? Oh! Sun laughs bashfully, waving his hand. That's nothing, you know how kids are. Well, yeah, I figured. Does the maintenance staff help you with that at least? All he does is fidget with his hands, eyes towards the computer. Well, that answers it. I can't think of something helpful to say. If the staff already can't be bothered to keep tabs on them, who am I to try to change that? All I can do is leave it alone, I guess. So, you're sure it's fine? Sun nods, the bells on his wrists emitting a soft chime as he gives me a double thumbs up. You'd think whoever's at parts and services would be more on top of things. Well, I'm sure they're busy. There's no need to bother, though. Every part of Sun's body is giving off a different signal. His hands wave everything off, his wrist shrunk back, and his smile is forcing its way onto his face. There's trauma. Something wrong? No? Yes, trauma. I blink. Sun clearly knows that I'm not convinced. Just, they're busy enough as this. I wouldn't want them worrying about us. Is that about the bug? And staring at the floor, one hand fidgeting with the ribbons around his wrist. He nods. Well, you want to talk about it? If not, it's... No, Mooney already let you on. Let you on it, or in on it. It's only fair that I tell you some things too, right? He insists. Well, while the Daycare was closed, we weren't really seeing anyone. And of course, the staff didn't stick around long when they had to come in here. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry, but for some reason, like the flipped moon is just sending me. I could just flip him again. Oh shit, no. I thought I'm sorry. I could just flip him again, but that's just, I don't know, that looks weird, so we're keeping it this way. It's around long enough when they and of course the staff didn't stick around long when they had to come in here. They mainly stopped by to install the generators and make sure they were working to keep Moon away. And I heard some of them talking once. One of them asked if they really needed to keep both of us around after... Oh, so that's why he doesn't like parts and services. He's still worried that they're going to get rid of Moon. Everything's fine now, I know that. I still can't help but worry though. I don't know if I can handle being completely alone here. No abandonment! No! Moon did mention Sun being isolated for a while. But if the staff did all that just to keep Moon at bay, huh? Well, you clearly don't like the idea of being separated like that. Sun nods. But hey, imagine if instead Moon just had his own body. What? You know, you both get your own bodies and you don't do the thing where you switch when the lights are turned off and on, you know. I shrug. Sun seems to be deep in thought. If that happened, I can hear the gears turning, literally. Oh my gosh! I could finally hug him! Yeah, I know! Like, that would be one of the main reasons why I would like, if I were in their place, that would be the main reason why I would want like separate bodies, just, you know, to hug the shit out of them. I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, moving on. I jumped slightly, not expecting Sun to shout like that. Well, someone has his priorities set. But yeah, there's food for thought. We can't eat though. That's a form of form of speech? What's the word? Oh no. Future me is gonna just put it on the screen and be like, you dumbass. Really? Yes? Why would we? I heard stories about one of the Glamrocks eating trash. I thought maybe... What? Nothing. To be fair, that would explain why their mouth doesn't open. Maybe I should try steering this conversation back on track. So, how do you feel about how things are now? I fidget with the scroll button on the computer mouse. Glancing at the time, we're already almost halfway through the hour. Didn't think my shift would include this much talking. At least that makes this job more interesting than sorting cables in silence. I can definitely say I like how things are. Feels nice knowing everything is mostly back to normal. That's good at least. Sun suddenly grabs my shoulders and forces me to face the computer. Keep going then! I don't want to keep you from your responsibilities for too long. Fair enough. I look back at the time and sigh. Sun sits on the desk again. For fuck's sake, I would have inhaled a whole bottle of melatonin pills if I knew I'd be up this late. Sun seems to do a double take, pointing at me like he wants to say something before backing up. Do you perhaps want to say language, dear sir? What? Language! I knew it! I called it. I raise an eyebrow, cracking just a slight smile at his antics. Son, I'm an adult, and there's no one around. I know, it's just force of habit. I snicker at that. Even when he's not working, he has a filter. Try to make Son cuss. I mean, I don't know which one I do. I just stare awkwardly, I guess. It's kinda cute, not gonna lie. He's adorable! Senses nothing for a moment, his rays spinning as he sits cross-legged on the desk. I am cross-legged right now. Okay, whatever. Okay, moving on. I love how he's sitting. But like, I thought he would be like, you know, turned around, like he would be facing the daycare and kicking his feet, you know, because they're not allowed behind the desk. There's just details. I know I'm looking like too much into it, but I don't know why I'm focused on the details. And okay, what? I shrug, checking my phone for any notifications. Just the fact that you don't cuss. You don't cuss at all. You definitely could. It's not like you don't get in trouble for it. You'd get in trouble for it, but you just, well, don't. Well, I have to. I'd rather that than even risk saying something bad in front of the kids out of habit. How about Moon? Does he have a 24-hour filter? His expression changed. About that, I think the bug affected his filters a bit, so... It's not funny. I love his expression. I love how... He's a little baby man. He's a big baby. I'm sorry. It's not funny. He kinda is. Oh. Sun suddenly puts both hands on either side of my head before gently making me turn my face. Turn to face the computer before letting go. Okay. I roll my eyes and cracking a smile at his antics. Alright. See you in a bit. The usual light. Was that sun or was that me? I don't know. Okay, whatever. Usual lights out. The usual lights out, moon's out, sitting cross-legged on the desk. So about that filter, yes, I can say fuck my bad about it. Sir. I blanked out expecting that. Or at least not expecting him to do that so soon. Nothing. I step away from the desk, feeling a headache coming on when I start walking towards the play structures. Thankfully it feels like a normal I only slept for 10 minutes headache and not the weird rabbit lady is about to kill me headache. Never did I think I'd be happy for my headaches to be from lack of sleep, as if this night couldn't get any weirder. Moon hops off the desk and catches up with me. Honestly, I think I deserve workers' comp for this, because I'm definitely not being paid enough to barely survive nearly being murdered by a woman in a rabbit onesie. Don't joke like that. Right. Moving on. That aside, you'd be lucky if they even believed you. Moon makes a gesture asking me to follow him, and I tag along as he guides me towards the fourth generator. Not that it's your fault, they're just not what you'd call urgent. 5 generators, right? Like, there's one in the this structure. There's 3 in here, and then there's one in the rightmost structure. If I remember it correctly. Again, don't tell anyone I said that. I'm not trying to get scrapped anytime soon. Yeah, good plan. I can faintly see the red light of the next generator behind the frame of the center structure. Just one more after this and I'm home free. It is 5. Okay. One more and I'll get to leave. I'll leave not knowing when or if I'll see these two again. Might as well get any questions out of the way now. Or you could, just, I don't know, steal them. It's not like FazCo would notice that the 2 of the robots, went missing. They wouldn't, right? Like, they wouldn't care. If they barely check in on them, they wouldn't notice. No, it's fine. Just gotta steal some cat car batteries to keep them going. Or, I don't know how they charge. Hey, random question. Ask what the bug made him do. Ask where the bug came from. Okay, this is hitting a little too close to home. I don't wanna, I don't want him to have to relive all of that. So, if you don't mind me asking about the bug again, well, any idea where it came from in the first place? Bugs don't just spawn out of nowhere unless someone messed with your programming or something. Moon doesn't say anything for a bit as he guides me through the structure. I can't say for sure, but it was definitely some kind of tampering. You think it was malicious or just some sort of oversight? Well, it seemed very intentional, so I doubt it was just a mistake in my code. But at least we shouldn't have to worry about it anymore. Okay, we shouldn't. That's good. My mind wanders back to the poster I saw in his room. I'm hoping that I'm just overthinking this and the poster being here is just an unfortunate coincidence. However, my thoughts are cut off when Moon suddenly turns and sits right next to the generator. Your turn. I nod, shuffling over and flipping the switch, listening to whatever motors and mechanisms are inside power on. Turns the power on as the LED light flicks to green. I can't read. I'm so sorry. What's wrong with me? 4 down, 1 to go. I turn off the generator as Moon makes a head start back out, and I scramble to follow him. Moon stands up straight, letting out what sounds like a sigh as he stretches his arms above his head. For a moment I'm reminded how tall he and Sun actually are, just as he goes right back to his usual slouch stance. Moon notices me looking and tilts his head slightly. What? You're tall. And looks at me confused, like if I just asked if the sky is orange. I got that spoiled somewhere. Oh my god, the word I didn't know yesterday. Reviews. Yeah. I looked at some reviews and spoiled the game for myself a little bit, but not too much. Like this part where we compliment his height, that I got that spoiled. Like just that it's an option to say. That's it. Well, yeah, I didn't really think about it until now, but oh my god, you're built like a whole giraffe. Man snickers at my comment, leaning back against the structure behind us. Should I take that as a compliment? Yes, absolutely. Imagine the potential tall jokes. Seriously. He's shaking his head, but the smile tells a whole other story. Yes, giraffe, obviously. Seriously. Don't call me that, I'll punt you. Okay, Moonman. I'm sure if Moon could roll his eyes, he would right now. The smile doesn't leave his face as he leads me back to the desk, though. Of course, I follow him back, stopping at the computer. Last one. I know. Last one. It feels kind of weird knowing it's almost over. Earlier, it felt like I was making no progress, and now I'm about ready to leave for the night. Glancing at the clock, it reads 6 a.m. With my hand on the mouse, I stare at the screen with the option to turn the lights back on. Let me just save. Good eye? Huh? Okay. Maybe it's just paranoia over something bad happening when I step out the door, but part of me doesn't want to leave yet. Even though I already know I can't stay forever, I guess Moon got me staring into space though, as he waves a hand in front of my face. Ray? I blink, snapping back to reality. Huh? It looked like you were spacing out. Oh, well, you'd be right about that. We stand in silence for a minute before Moon speaks again. Ray? Yeah? Do you think we'll see each other again after this? I don't know what I can say to that. I don't make those decisions, but considering how kind Sun and Moon have been to me, it would be nice to see them more often. Actually, thinking about it makes me remember something else. Well, I don't make those choices here, but I know that the Glamrocks all have their designated mechanics. I just better notice Moon's expression brightening slightly. Can we be their mechanic? Maybe if I get some more time here, I could ask about that? If it helps Sunny. If it helps Sunny and I could put in a good word for you. That would definitely help, thanks. I look back at the screen, feeling a bit of a new motivation. Ready? Moon nods, and I turn the lights back on, wasting no time going through the last few cables that need sorting. That's 8 now! Oh no! Okay. 1. The noodle. 2. 3. Okay. Where's 4? 4. 5. 6. 7 and 8. Okay. Those were short noodles. Before I can even move, Sun picks me up and places me on my 2 feet himself. Looking up, I can see him smiling down at me, his hands on my shoulders. Hey, Sun. Hello! So, what do you think of my little designated mechanic idea? That's not in... Okay. I suppose we're saying that. It's a great idea, but until then, please stop whenever you can, okay? Stop by whenever you can. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Sun's expression brightens, his wrist retracting and expanding in what I think is safe to describe as joy. We both stand in silence for a moment and I glance back at the computer. All I have left is to turn the lights off, test the last generator, and then I'm home free. I think Sun notices my gaze and he lets go of my shoulders and lightly nudges me to the computer. Go on! I'm sure you want to go home, right? I shrug. Would be nice to go pass out for a few hours. What about you, though? Well, I won't be leaving anytime soon. I still have plenty to do to prepare for tomorrow when we are when we reopen. That makes sense. I decide to quit stalling and turn off the lights for the last time. Sun standing behind me as I do so. I think by saving I spoiled to myself which ending I'm getting. If there's multiple endings. There are 3 endings. There are 3. As usual, the daycare is cooked and drawing ambience, and I can clearly hear the attendance mechanism. Just behind me as sun transforms into Moon again. You ready? Moon now's already walking ahead. Small question. Would you mind if we walked you out of here? Please do! Just in case that person is still around somewhere. As I follow him, I get flashbacks to just a few hours ago. Yeah, I'd appreciate that. Thanks. It still needs to be good too. The last generator is at the ground level, so it doesn't take long for us to find it. The generator, like the rightmost structure, is on, or here, like the generator here, or the rightmost structure. I still have to tell Vanessa about that whole thing later too. That's true. Whenever I come back here, I'll keep you and Sun updated. Scooting over to the generator, I flip the switch. To my absolute surprise, it works. After switching it off, Moon and I exit the structure in silence. So, this is it, huh? Moon nods as he walks back to the desk. I follow. I look at the computer screen before glancing back at Moon. Can I hug him? I want to hug him. Ignoring the computer for now, I wrap my arms around Moon's torso in a tight hug. He freezes for a moment. I was like, what was thinking it? I fucked up, he's not a hugger. Oh no. He eventually hugs me back though, gently placing his hands on my back. Oh, baby. We stay like that for a minute. I'm practically leaning on him, and I feel his hands lightly gripping the back of my shirt. I do let go eventually though, smiling up at Moon as I'm about to turn the lights on. Moon smiles back, his arms crossed. These fucking no. These POVs are killing me. My hand on the computer mouse, I glance back at Moon for the last time tonight. See ya, Moon. Moon smiles lightly, his head tilted a bit. Goodbye. The daycare is lit up again, and I watch as Moon transforms into Sun. Another word leaves his mouth. So, ready to head out? He shrugs, fidgeting with his hands. I guess this would be my first time out of the daycare, which is exciting. Yep. I go to pick up my stuff and make sure I'm not forgetting anything as I walk to the door next to the desk. Sun goes ahead and moves some of the makeshift barricade away. I gesture for him to follow me before I push the button on the wall, taking us a few steps back while the door opens. As we're making our way to a nearby staff-only room, I glance back at Sun, who seems almost mesmerized at our surroundings. I don't blame him, and he's never been able to see the rest of the Pizzaplex through his own eyes until now. The staff-only room is pretty mundane, but Sun is lighting up at every detail. He seems to snap out of it once we reach the exit, though. His eyes are back on the door, and he's back to fidgeting with his hands. Hug him! Dropping my stuff on the floor, I charge at Sun with a hug, making him stumble back a bit. He seems almost stunned for a moment before picking me up and squeezing me back, laughing. I lightly kick my feet back and forth in the air, just savoring the moment before I have to leave. Sun steps ahead of me to hold the door open. The nearly empty parking lot waiting outside. Thanks, Sun. No problem. After taking a few steps outside, I look back at him, waving my free hand. Maybe. He was back, energetic as ever. Bye. I continue my walk to my car, hearing the door close behind me and the faint sound of bells slowly fade away. I get to my car without any problems, placing my belongings on the passenger seat before starting the engine. I can feel a small headache coming on as I back out of my spot, but I'm sure it's nothing some sleep won't fix. As I'm leaving, though, I notice something in my rear view mirror. Or at least I think I do. Vanny, I swear to God! When I look, though, there's nothing unusual. Maybe I'm overthinking this. I decide I want to get home before I pass out behind the wheel, so I keep my eyes on the road, leaving the pizza box behind me for the night. Okay, so that was After Hours. I don't know if I'll be getting the other endings. It was fun. I mean, I enjoyed it. Definitely like go support Snowy. That like this just took them so long to make, and it paid off. Like it's amazing. I can't express how much I love the game. Okay, so anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Whoever watched, thank you. And yeah, see you in the next video I may or may not post. Okay, bye bye!